the change in role and kind of what your vision is for the defense going forward, calling the plays and so forth.
Well, I mean, I've called defense most of my life, so it's no big deal to me. You know, obviously I'm excited about the opportunity and just go forward with it.
How about in terms of structure of the defense, any changes there?
Well, obviously, first and foremost, and hopefully we get it done soon, is, you know, we got Bryant Young, but we need a defensive line coach and get moving forward in that way so we get ready for spring ball.
How do you envision, or do you envision the defense looking any different next year than it was last year?
Well, I'm obviously I have a system, and some of the system was intact, and there's some things I do a little bit different. But I mean, my philosophy won't change of, you know, making the front five move their feet and adjust to me, and you know, getting after the quarterback. So the pressure package is still what I've always done and what I'm going to continue to do.
In retrospect, after having been a coordinator for as long as you had been, and then not being the play caller on game day, how difficult was that for you? You had a good relationship, and still have a good relationship with Corwin, but not being the actual decision maker on game day.
Well, during the game and things like that, I mean, it was both of us in some aspects, and obviously everything you prepare during the week. So all of us in that room, you know, have our input based on down and distance and personnel and what you're going to do and how you're going to call things. And then obviously there's suggestions going on, and I've done that before other places I've been. So, you know, you just work together, and obviously, you know, through experience or whatever, there's certain things that you don't want to do at certain times, and you may have to reiterate it during the game. And now they may have to reiterate to me if they don't want to do certain things at times during the game. So, I mean, you got to work together. I mean, you know, it's a cohesive group that, you know, the chemistry's got to be, you know, good all week, and then obviously game day, but somebody has to be in charge.
Is this the way it's going to be done this year? Is that more streamlined than it was in terms of the play? I mean, you said you and Corwin, it was both of you.
Well, I mean, everybody, I mean, you guys got to understand, when you go in there and break down film and then you get ready to put your game plan together, you know, there's multiple ideas and multiple ways of stopping certain run plays and pressuring the quarterback. So there's a lot of different ideas, so on and so forth, but you got to put it to paper. Then obviously you have to execute it on Saturday.
I was curious, just a little bit off topic, but just what you've seen of Manti Te'o on film.
I mean, he's an awesome football player that plays the game the way you're supposed to play it. And obviously he's a dominating factor in high school football, and he's one of the most dominant guys I've seen coming into any program that I've been at. I've only been around one other guy that was even close to that aspect, and that was Andy Katzenmoyer at Ohio State.
Is he similar to him?
No two guys are the same, but I mean, he was that type of player in high school that you knew when he came in he had a pretty good chance of getting on the field fast.
Coach Weiss talked about maybe using different terminology as far as, you know, 3-4, 4-3 goes. Is there any changes other than just maybe the terminology that could change?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, basically I'm a 4-3 guy, but in 3-4 you still play under. So I mean, we may base out of a 4-3, but I mean we still have 3-4 principles and a lot of things that we do. So, you know, our ends will still be involved in the pass drops and things like that, to whether you want to call them an outside linebacker. I mean, it's all semantics in that aspect.